on my way to the alcohol shop in Dubai. So in Dubai, you have to have a license if you want to buy alcohol, and you pay 250-ish dirhams. I can't remember exactly how much. 250-ish dirhams per year for it. That's about 80 euros. And there are various shops scattered throughout the city. You get a little license with your picture on it, and then off you go, bring it in, and you can buy up to, depending on your salary, you can buy up to 1,500 dirhams worth of alcohol per month. Although I don't think they really monitor that. And to be honest, they don't really monitor the card either. I've lent my card before to other people, and they've been able to buy on it. So this is an area called the Springs, and at the back of this, there's an alcohol shop. There's a big shopping centre in there called the Springs Souk. The Springs is, well, effectively it's a housing estate. It's a nice housing estate, but a housing estate nonetheless. And this is where a lot of sort of middle-income families live, in these houses. At the back of the Springs, it's got a much fancier version, the Meadows. Fantastic driving there on the left-hand side, as ever. So today, according to my car temperature thermometer, it's 41 degrees, and it is 3:45. So we really have hit summertime here. Although, and it was very humid last week, although 41 degrees is not so bad. It does and has gotten up to 50 plus in the deep summer in July and August before, and the humidity is always really, really high. As soon as you step out of your car or any air-conditioned building, your glasses get all steamed up, things like that, and you get condensation always on the outside of your windows. So when you get up in the morning, you've had your air conditioning on all night, the windows are wet, and sometimes they're even streaming, they're so wet. Anyway, here we go. Sort of tucked around here at the back of the shopping centre so that it doesn't corrupt the morals of everyone is the alcohol shop. Clearly busy today. I've got my bottle of wine. I've gone for, well, I always try to go for a Burgundy from my region. Of course, this is from slightly north of me, near Beaune, but it's a Chameroy Macron village, so that makes me very happy. Just for afternoon sipping. It's a Friday afternoon, so they give it to you in that little baggie. Now off we go again. I realise people might actually be interested in what it's like driving around Dubai, so I'm just gonna video on my way home. I'll pass remarks and anything that I see that I think it might be remarkable, but I tend to use my indicators here. Not many people do. This is a nice little street with the shady trees, and boy do you need them. I might be able to make out that my windscreen is not very clean. Oops. Everything gets very dusty here. And yesterday I was driving behind a person who turned on the windscreen wipers and I got splashed. And my own windscreen wipers are out of water though. They're out of the cleaning fluid, so that just passed on the right, that is a speed camera. I think I might have got caught by one on the way here. I'm not sure because I certainly wasn't going way above the speed limit. I might have just nudged above as I was coming off an overpass and onto a road. I don't know. Normally when they put cameras on that road, it's for the main strip, and the speed limit is 120 kilometers per hour, and people just fly along there. So I'm hoping that, well, I saw a flash. It was probably a flash in the sort of 10 o'clock direction as opposed to at me. Well, I'll get a text message in the next few days if I have. 600 dirhams. Ouch. And normally I'm very careful. I never get speed tickets because I always stay within the speed limit. I don't know, must have been thinking about something else as I was driving along and just nudged over it. Normally I use the cruise control as well, just to keep track of what the speed limits are on the road, and I use the cruise control to make sure that I don't go above. So I live in a district called Jumeirah Village Circle, and it's on the other side of this. There's a lot of roadworks at the moment, but there's a major artery that runs, one of the major arteries that runs through Dubai. It's on the other side of that from where I am now, so I'm going to have to do a loop when I get to an overpass. I own my own apartment, which is nice. I bought it 2 years ago for 850,000 dirhams, which made me laugh at the time because it was more expensive than my house in France. It's a one-bedroom apartment. It's very pretty. I will do a little tour of it. It's very nice. It's got a gorgeous pool. It's a pool-facing apartment. It's got a beautiful gym. It's in a really nice building, and of course you'll see the building as I pull up here. Did not realize, and I think most people don't realize when they buy an apartment, all of the almost responsibilities that come along with it. Because of course you're supposed to know all the rules and regulations, and I thought I did. Turns out no. And of course it's managed by a company. They manage the building and they're not great. There seems to be very little oversight here on the management companies and what they do with people's money, and it's a lot of money. We pay association fees every quarter, and those are about €1,000 a quarter now, and it is a lot of money, and nobody seems to be controlling what these companies do with it. So I've kind of taken on that role myself recently. More about that at some other point. So yeah, up we go around. So I'm basically doing a double loop so I can get back onto the same road but in the opposite direction. Sorry if the camera is a bit wavery here. Roads here are interestingly planned in that you get a lot of traffic all landing out onto the same sort of little strip. And this junction down here, I want to go almost immediately right, but the solid white line doesn't end until just a couple of hundred meters before you go immediately right, and when there's a lot of traffic that can be a little bit hairy. Happily today, it's Friday, so this is our day off. Friday and Saturday we get off, so it's quite quiet, no problem. So this is the entrance to JVC, Jumeirah Village Circle. When I bought, people sort of thought it was a budget place to live, and I guess it is a budget place to live. There's a lot of apartment blocks, but the thing I liked about it is, unlike a lot of other of these sort of districts that are built in Dubai, there are different style apartment blocks everywhere. It's not just row after row after row of the same sort of building. So it gives it some kind of a little bit of diversity, which I like. And it's on this main artery through the city, with no toll roads on that artery. So it means that in 20 minutes I can effectively get anywhere. So although it is, in terms of apartments and rents and things like that, a sort of budget option, the buildings are lovely. I mean, they're unique, and it's a fantastic place to live. It just doesn't have that many amenities yet. they are springing up. So lots of little shops. There's a new mall that's just opened with a big supermarket and things like that in it. So it is coming along. It's just for a couple of years you always had to leave in order to do anything. So here, this gives you a good idea. That's a big hotel. That tall circular building there, and that's within walking distance of my apartment, which is nice too, because there's a bar and a restaurant in there. So if I want to go for a cocktail or whatever, I can walk across there in the wintertime. It's a 15-minute walk. I think that's the only bar currently in JBC. This is the little park that's next to my building. It's got a little running track. I think it's about 400-meter running track, or maybe 500-meter around the outside of it. And plants and a little kids' play area. So it's nice in the wintertime. I go walking around there too. But you can see it's looking quite dusty. That is my building in grey up there. It's called Belgravia 2. And it is nice because it's easily accessible from the road, and it's got a fairly good shop right next door in that pink building. Oops, sorry. Parked my car, and in we go. My building has quite an unusual feature in that it's a fingerprint entry system. It doesn't always work, to be frank. So you put your finger on there. See, it scans it. There we go, and lets you in. One of the things I liked about this building was the fact that you don't have to pass through the main reception, which is down there. You don't have to pass through the main reception after parking your car in order to get to your apartment. I'm on floor 3. And here we have the usual COVID guidelines on both sides, telling everyone to wear their mask, etc. And then advertising hoarding. It's a recent addition up here. And it's nice. I mean, it's a very nice building. It's good quality flooring, nice lighting, etc. And this here is my apartment. Okay, so as you come into my apartment, this is what you see. On the left here we have, well, a not terribly tidy kitchen. It's just all built in. This is the developer grade, fridge there, and then sort of pantry here and storage. Down along into my living room. There's Papa. And then this is my little balcony out here. One thing I don't love about this apartment is the noise from the chiller on the roof, but I'm seeing if I can do something about that. There's our pool. Apartment building. The other nice thing is I've got these double windows, so you come out through the living room and you can go back in the bedroom. This is a painting that a friend of mine did, and so storage. That's my shoe cupboard, and there's a painting that I have to put up on the wall. I moved it from somewhere else. And through here, ensuite bathroom. I like that shower. Oh, hello. Hello, sweet pea. Are you coming to say hello, pet? Yes. And then out we go through here. I've got this cupboard here, which is fantastic. So this is essentially my laundry room slash absolute mess store cupboard. So the washing machine and all the stuff that nobody wants to see all goes in there. And then I've got my little guest bathroom, or essentially cat bathroom. And that's where they live. And so here's my full apartment tour. And I'll leave you with a little cat doing her stretches on the floor.